Hi everybody, 24th of June and another day in my life now after the loss of my wife due to Parkinson's. Today I've had a good day again. I've been in the hot tub this afternoon, just chilling. It's after I got back this afternoon, but I went shopping this morning and then I called over to the, my favourite cafe in Cleveland, Juice Wave Cafe. One, because I fancied one of the poke bowls that she does, because they're bloody lovely and so fresh and appetising, especially in this weather. And a smoothie, one of the smoothies, because that's what they specialise in, smoothies and sort of health type foods. I had it's their own speciality. It's just called, they have different names, but the one I had was a Juice Wave smoothie. It's just got mango, apple and pineapple in it. So refreshing. Really is so, especially on days like this. You can understand why she gets busy. So if you're ever in Cleveland, you must visit this cafe, the Juice Wave Cafe. It really is a nice one. Anyway, but I also went over because I knew Carol was back off her holidays. She's been away. For those of you, if you've been following me, you know that me and Carol got friendly with each other, and especially after she lost her husband, only a few months, about 4 or 5 months, I think, after I'd lost Angie. So she knew he hadn't got long, but anyway, so, that's how we sort of become friends. She's behind me on the grief road, but anyway, she's been away for a couple of weeks with her daughters. Just them, maybe I think about 10 days, I think. Anyway, she comes back and it seems this holiday's done her a world of good. Really good. Same as me. Didn't fancy going on her own because her daughters were there, but her daughters were going out and about and that. So she wasn't actually alone like I was, but of a night time, she said she was. But she's come back with a complete new outlook on her life and moving forward and how she's going to do it. It's weird. So if you're wondering how to, or if you can, move on after you've lost a spouse, then try an holiday on your own. Pick somewhere that's not rowdy, and just, even if you go to the lakes or something like that, a caravan holiday, but just be on your own for a week. I can't explain how it really did. It just gives you time to sort of reevaluate your life and allows you to give your head a wobble, really. Give yourself a good talking to and give your head a wobble. And you realise that you can't stay where you was, because where you was no longer exists. Stop looking back and start appreciating what's still here, and welcome what the future brings. The world's going to carry on moving, whether with you or without you. So no matter how long, how much you long for your old life, it's never going to come back. It's never going to come back, your old life. You'll always have your spouse, your husband, your partner, your wife. You'll always have them with you in your heart. But you can live a new life with no regrets about moving on. You can. I've come back with this completely different frame of mind off my holiday. And this is what allows you to do it. So try it. Try it. If you are struggling about, trying to move on, just try it. Or do a long weekend, but the longer you can go, the more you can chat to yourself. Maybe a couple of nights was not really long enough. So try it. You've nothing to lose. You might come back in the same frame of mind, but I'm pretty confident that you'll come back. You may not be as forward as I have come back, and I'm all guns blazing for moving forward, but it will do you good. It will do. Try it, please, if you're struggling. Anyway, while I was sat outside the cafe, because it was a lovely day, she has tables and like what I call conservatory type furniture outside. Nice. So I'm sat outside, And across the road, a fella come out of one of the shops. It must have been with his wife, and he come out having a smoke or a vape or something. And he was the exact double of my lad that we lost 6 weeks ago. The exact double. I would have shouted him if I'd have known different and Wayne was still on this earth. I would have shouted him. That's how much I thought it was him. Absolute double. Absolute double. I remember seeing someone that looked like Angie. Only for like weeks, probably 6-7 weeks after she'd left us. And it's a weird feeling because you know it's not them. You know it's not them, but you want it to be them. It's weird. It really is. I was talking to Angie this morning. I always talk to her photograph. I tell her I'm going out, when I'm going out, where I'm going, what time I'll be back. Just normal conversation with her. But this morning I do quite a bit, ask her for signs and what have you. And this morning I was asking for her while I was waiting for the fella coming, just giving me some info on my fence. My fence is being done next Tuesday and Wednesday. He just come to measure up for materials and stuff. So that's a good thing. So I can get cracking with my back garden now. But while I was waiting for him, I was just having a chat with Angie, and I asked her, to give me a sign or something to let me know that she's okay with me moving forward in whatever way I'm going to be doing it. And she realises that I can't stay stuck where I was. Give me a sign. Now, I ask for signs quite regular, but me being like a useless man, I'm probably missing a load. I walk around with blinkers, and like most men do, we don't see lots of stuff that we should. So I said to her, but you need to give me a simple sign, because I've had nothing for ages. I've not had a white feather, no nothing. I used to get a lot of white feathers, you see. So I said, Angie, don't give me any complex signs that I'm going to have to work out. Just give me an out-and-out sign, please, that you're okay with, my way of moving forward now. And while I was sat outside the cafe, I was on phone to a very good friend. On phone for ages, actually. And a butterfly landed on the table at the side of me. Just flew round, and just landed right on the side to the left of me. And then while I was in the hot tub, when I got back, I got in the hot tub, there was one flying around while I was in the hot tub and landed on the fence. Now, for those of you who don't know, haven't followed me right from the start, and you don't know about Angie and butterflies, she started to believe in butterflies after she lost her mum. And anybody that buys Angie a present, birthday card, anything, they all associate butterflies. Even young Lottie, our great-granddaughter, she was 7 yesterday. She was mentioning to her mum about a Nana Angie and butterflies yesterday. So everybody associates Angie and butterflies because she's seen a butterfly straight after a mum passed. But the main one is, again, she spoke about butterflies, but when we lost our youngest son, when we lost him, it was on Christmas Day, 2014. And after a few hours, of course, friends and family was all in the house. And a butterfly flew in the kitchen. Now, this is Christmas Day. And we've got photographs of it being there on my cheek, landed on my cheek, and stayed on my cheek. I walked around it, stayed on my cheek for an hour, and walked around the house. And then we went like that, and it put it on Angie's cheek, and it stayed on Angie's cheek for just as long. And then just flew up onto the fridge and just stayed in the kitchen. It lasted a couple of days and it died. Now, she's convinced. She's convinced. And it is unusual. I don't know whether you agree with these things or not, but it does take some work. Like Christmas Day and a butterfly. And our youngest lad, you know, always bought his mum stuff with butterflies. Mother's Day, birthdays, Christmases, everything had butterflies. Everything. You know, so she really is associated with butterflies. And for me to ask her this morning to give me a clear sign, and don't give me none of these complex things, give me an out and out clear sign that you're okay with me moving on, you know where my mind's thinking, you know where I'm going, give me an okay that you're okay. I mean, even a thumbs up, I said, somewhere somebody might give me a thumbs up, because that's another thing we used to, when she was lost the power and she couldn't talk to me, I'd say, Angie, give me a thumbs up if you want, or a thumbs down if you wanted such a thing. Anyway, so today I got 2 butterflies. The first one was while I was talking to my friend. You know, so that's, I think that's a clear enough sign, don't you? Right. My trek's coming up next week. I've actually had all my bump come through on my emails today. Got my number and my directions and all that. But my donations are still stuck, 2,140. If needed, I will put the rest in myself, because I don't want to go under that 2,250 target now that I've increased it to. So again, if you have already donated, thank you. If you're thinking about it, please do it. And if you're not, it doesn't matter. But forward these videos on. Maybe somebody you forward them on to will. You know, you don't have to, you know, be associated with Parkinson's. Just might be aware, you know, what these bastard disease is. That's somebody at my doorbell, so they'll have to wait. So yeah, so again, but thanks for your comments and all your support. Please keep it coming. I do appreciate it all. I will do another one tomorrow. So as per usual. Oh, tonight's quote, I've got it wrote down here. Do not dim your light to make anybody else feel comfortable. Your life is for living your way. So on that note, you take care now. Bye.